This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. In continuation with the SOQL topic, how to summarize the object data. Okay, so there are aggregate functions that can be get in your SOQL statement. So these are the methods. We can get a number of records from the object. We can count the records based on a field. We can sum up any of the currency field, number field, the percentage field, and we can take a maximum of the field values of type currency, percentage, time, date, date time. Similarly, this is also applicable for whatever the field supported by max function, and you can also take the average average of the number field. It means currency percentage, right? Those currency percentage number. Three types of field are supported by average and sum, and including those number type as well as date date time will be supported by are supported in the max and minimum function. So when you create a report, a summarized report, you create you create a report something like this. I need a report based on industry. So account details, based on industry field. I need a total number of opportunities as per this stage. Okay, I need total number of opportunities in my system. I need total number of cases in my system, and I need a total number of cases as per the stage. Stage wise, I need the number of cases. Stage wise, I need status. Here is status. Stage wise, I need the number of opportunities. Industry wise, I need account details. If you get this report, how the report looks like? The report should be looking like in this energy and total number of accounts in that energy. Apparel, a total number of accounts in this industry. So this is going to be a field which is used to group the record, and this is going to be the count of opportunities falls under this industry. Similarly, when you go for number of opportunities as per the stage, so there is a field you will take to group it, right? When you go for a report based on some field grouping, a summarized report, Then you will take one field to group the report. Similarly here, we're going to group the records based on a particular field. So number of opportunities as per the stage. So stage is going to be a grouping field. Got me? So prospecting. So how many number of records we have under the stage prospecting? Maybe 100. And how many is close to 1? Maybe 200. So that's the type of report, that's the type of data I need in my SOQL statement. We go for SOQL, a topic called aggregate result. So aggregate result supports these type of functions. Okay, when you need only the total numbers, then we don't need any grouping field, right? When you need total numbers, we don't need it. We need not go for a grouping field. So it just is going to give some integer value. That's all. So either you can go with the select count of from opportunity, like that you can do. It's going to return an integer value. It's going to return an integer value. It will follow this. Suppose I need sum of all opportunity amount. I have no any. I do not have any grouping field here. I need all the sum. Then you go for select sum. I pass amount here. Opportunity. I do not have any condition. Okay. So the question is, the difference is when you use aggregate function, a count is also kind of aggregate function, right? Doesn't have any parameter, then it's going to return only integer. So this is only supported function without argument. It's only supported function without argument. I can store it into, it's going to return only integer. What about the functions, rest of the functions, which has an argument, sum of one particular field, maximum of the amount field, okay, which opportunity is having maximum, which has a maximum amount value. So all those functions, we are not going to store it into an integer or decimal value. We are going to store it into an a standard object called aggregate result. We are going to store it into a standard object called aggregate result. Let's try it in developer console. I think this was the I just started this right in the last session maybe. Okay, this can be run, and if I use it says like it's illegal. It's illegal. You cannot assign. So this is always going to return list of a list of aggregate result. Aggregate result is a kind of standard object which is used to get the result of the aggregate result of your Salesforce object. So every functions in your aggregate other than the count, you are going to store it into list of aggregate aggregate object type. We'll follow this. So let's display this. Sorry. You can see here, it's giving you the output in this form. When you debug this, you get output in this form. So basically, it gives a label for this. It gives a label automatically with the name as expf0 equal some value. So it gives a result in the form of every element is in this list is in the form of map. For me, so the key is expr0 and the value is the sum. Okay, let's go with the different. I'm also need what is the maximum opportunity. What is a I have different I have a number of opportunities among that which has a maximum value. So what is the result I get? Okay, so this is a case 1 and I have case 2 where I get a max of amount and this is my output. So I have two records, right? Two elements in this list. The first element automatically takes a label, name expr, and second is 1. It means what? So system has put a label automatically to every value. We are going to get only two records, right? We are going to get only two data here. The list is going to contain only two uh, element, right? Just one element, sorry, one record. Among that, yeah, two element and two element. We have a first element with expr0 and next is expr1. Okay, how we are going to suppose I include one more. Okay, so I include one more. Minimum of amount. I get in this format. So system has automatically included. People follow this? Okay. So let's discuss about how to process the result. Suppose I need this amount value into another variable, decimal variable. I need this amount, maximum amount in another decimal variable. So how to get that? Okay. So what is the first element? So let's system dot debug. Okay. System dot debug. Okay. So it's like a map, right? It's like a map. It's like a key value. Value. Similarly, key value. So how to get this value basically? How to get this value? we have just one record here, just one record. It's going to return one record, but in the form of list of aggregate result. See how I'm going to get this value. I'm going to list of for aggregate result here result. So every element in this type is going to be of aggregate result only. Am I right? Every element is going to be in the type of aggregate result. So here, if you display here, we will come to know what you get. So this is what I got. The output I got is this one. So it's going to return only one record. Okay, if you have multiple records, what will happen? You will have like this. I have only one record. So in that record, every element is like a key value pair. Suppose I need the total amount, the sum of amount I need. Then what you'll do? It's a map, right? It's a map. From the map, how we are going to get the value? When you pass a key by using the method get, right? From the map, what you'll get? Map name dot get. You'll pass a key. So here individual here is nothing but like a map only. It stored the data in the type of map. So what you're going to do? We're going to do in this format. See here, dot get, within this is a string value expr0. Similarly, I need to get get. I need the minimum of amount. Minimum of amount key is nothing but expr2. Got me? So people understand this? Okay, this is what we get. Suppose any question is able to follow this? Able to follow this? This is going to return a result in the form of list of aggregate result. And list of aggregate result, every value is going to return the form of map. So here dot get pass the key of the map, you get the value. Okay, so basically is going to return in the generic object type. The value is, even though the value is, we assume like it's a decimal, returns like a decimal, but it's not decimal because system doesn't know which function, which field you are going to use. So this is going to return generic object type. We need to typecast the object into respective primitive type. We need to typecast the object value. We need to typecast the value into respective object type. Will you able to follow this? What I'm trying to say? Suppose I'm going to store it into variable. So which variable I can store this? Normally, because it's going to be amount, right? Decimal. But I cannot do like this. I cannot do like this because whatever the value is going to be returned by the aggregate function, whatever the value going to return by the aggregate function is going to be the generic object type. It's going to return a generic object type primitive type. So we need to typecast into our object type the whatever the data we need. So I'm going to typecast this into decimal. Which value? The total value. So convert this type into decimal. Convert this type into decimal. Convert this type into decimal. So we need to typecast the value from generic object type to decimal type. So that's how you process every result of your aggregate result. Okay. So right, but I'm not sure whether the key is the key of this is expression 1 or 0. I fetch different types of aggregate functions, aggregate result. Then I'm not sure the sequence, which is 0, which is 1. But anyway, it's going to start from exp 0 only, right? Exp 0, exp 1, exp 2, like that it goes. But I do not remember the key value name. I would like to have my own name. Then you can go with alias name. You can go with alias name. I'm going to give a total here with a space. I say maximum opportunity, space, minimum opportunity. When you go like this, what happens? Everywhere the label will be changed. Then I can get the total value with by referring my own label. You will follow this? I can get the total value with my own label, whatever alias name I given. So you can also replace the default expr label with your own label also next to the field with the space. Got me? So that's how we can include our own label. So this is your aggregate result. Okay. So this is my a simple aggregate function without any grouping. Okay. So now we are going to work on a grouping part. So grouping a number of operations as per the stage. Number of opportunities as per the stage. So which is the stage we are going to group the record? Stage field. So we have a syntax. We have syntax in the select statement. A keyword called grouping. Select. Okay. So any aggregate function here. Any aggregate function here. From object name, and we have a keyword called group by the field. Okay, we have a keyword called group by field. So what field you are going to use here to group? Only those fields you can select it in your select statement. What field you are going to use it in your group by field? Only those fields are allowed to put it in your select statement. Okay, other than aggregate function. See here, how I'm going to do this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to group total number of opportunities. I'm going to count the records from opportunity. So what you're going to aggregate, that can be anything here. Total number of records. So total number of opportunity ID I'm going to calculate. Okay, from group by a keyword. So what is the field? Stage name. Okay, so this is going to give It's going to give just a label and total number of opportunities in every stages. But I need a stage also, right? I need a stage also. So the field that you are going to select here, that can only be a group by field. I cannot go here. I cannot go here any other field here. For example, type field. So what's the result you got? The field must be grouped. The field must be grouped or aggregated. I have a amount field here. I cannot use any other field. I can only use the group by field here. Other than your aggregate function, any field you are going to use it in your select statement in group by query, we need to use only the group by field here. So what happens now in this case? It's going to return. We have multiple rows here because I may have different stages in the opportunity, right? For prospecting, how many total opportunities? For negotiating, right? For prospecting, there are one opportunity. For qualification, one. Okay, for closed one, I have 19 opportunity. The same query, if you execute in your query editor, you'll come to know what is the importance of this, right? You got it? I change the order, right? So what you got? For every stages, how many number of opportunities? For decision makers, I have 3 records. For closed one, I have 19 records. 19 opportunities are closed one in my database. You will follow this? So this is how I got, right? So this is my aggregate query. So where I can store this result? I can store the result into list of. That's how you store it. Okay. So earlier we had only one row here, but what about in this case? We may have multiple rows because we group it. We group it, right? Here you need not even do for each loop. You can just refer. You can also do like this one. Aggregate. We have only one record here, right? We have only one value here. But here in this case, we are going to have multiples. Here we need to go with the for each loop only. To display all the values in the log, I need to go with for each loop. For like this. This will display each and every row. Right? So every row you can process. Suppose I need okay. So I need only the count alone. I need only the count with respect to the stages. With respect to the stages, I need only the count. Then what will do? This is how you got it. 1 minute. Yeah, this is how you got it. Okay, with respect to stages. So when you see see for this one, what the label I got? I got the label as ex 0. What about the other field that you are retrieving in the select statement, that's going to have a field label only. We are not going to have expr0. The expr0, 1, 2, 3, it's only for your aggregate function. For the field that you are the direct field of your object, the field label is going to be the key. The field label is going to be the key. So I would like to get so my requirement is get the total number of opportunity for the stage close to 1. For the stage close to 1, what is the total number of opportunity? Then what you will do? I need to iterate this here dot get close to 1. Okay. When it is close to 1, here dot it's a map only, right? Contains key. When this key exists, okay, when this key exists, then get me the data. System dot debug here dot. So where is a it's expr1 only, right? Expr0, sorry. Get expr0. Are you in right direction? Okay, we are only get function is allowed, not the contains key. Map function is not allowed. So get get the value and see that value is equal to, okay, see that value is equal to, so it's going to return object, right? So obj and we need to convert this into string. So string if str equal to close to 1, and then okay, invalid field close to 1. Why it is so? I will get. So whatever the close to 1 opportunities, okay, yeah, the last was the result. The previous one was the display for coming from this one, but we got the closed one. What is the total number of opportunity in this format? So basically, to explain much more, to put it in detailed statement, I just get the value of the stage, the value of the stage name, and we are checking it. If it is close to 1, then display the corresponding value. That's what I'm trying to do here, because we are not sure which part of the record is going to be a closed one, right? Which part of the data is going to be a closed one. So based on the key, I get the stage, particular stage, and I'm checking here if that stage is equal to closed one. To check this into object type, I'm just converting into string. That's it. Okay, so then get the value. So just an example of how to get the particular data. So basically, the aggregate result can also be displayed in the UI in a better form. Okay, that example I'll show you in a minute. Yes, expr0, expr1 is by default included by the system for every aggregate function you are using. Yes. Okay. Right. Similarly, if I need
Ranjit, one doubt here.
hmm.
So why we are using object here? So it will return string anyhow, right? So AR
No,
dot
no,
get
no, no,
state
no.
name.
That's what I mentioned. Even if you get a decimal or even if you get a date, anything, the return value is going to be a generic object type only. we need to we need to convert into respective primitive type
Okay.
because right we may use any type of field here. So system is going to return the aggregate function is going to return always the object type only. Every function is going to return so what are the functions except the count. The count is going to return integer. So all this function is going to return a data in the form of object type. We need to convert.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, you typecast that. Right, my requirement is get a total number of cases with respect to status. So here the status is a group by field. Select count of ID from case group by status. Okay, so if I do this, I get only the cases with respect to every status. But I don't see here what is the status field. So I'm going to include the status field also here. For the new status, 3 records. For closed status, there are 23 records. Okay, and I need to get what is a let's go with another object. Get me the total number of opportunity. Okay, and the recent created date. So what was the opportunity that was recently created? The date I need. Okay, it means it's nothing but a maximum value among the created date. The maximum value among created date. Hope you remember the function sum. Okay, and your average, the maximum, the functions sum, average, max, minimum. This can be used for your date field, date time, and time. Sorry. I put it another way. Uh, currency type, number, percentage. So this type of field, I can go with any of these function. I can sum up the any currency value. I can sum up any number value. I can sum up the percentage. I can take an average. I can take the minimum, max, and all. Okay, right. So what about your date, date time, time field? So what are the functions supported for this field type? We have a max, min. We cannot take the average of the date time field. We cannot take the sum of date time field. We can take only the recent one, the oldest date. We can take the recent date time, the oldest one. Recent time, oldest time. Okay, what we need here, the reason created date, right? So it's going to be a max of created date. That's it. Am I right? So total number of opportunities, recently created opportunity date. Okay, the oldest opportunity date, if you want. Okay, and what was the opportunity that has minimum value? The minimum value of opportunity. Okay, so all this value I need. So then you can go with the min, right? Min function. So what you'll do, select count of opportunity, ID, what else? Recently created date, max of created date, delete minimum of amount, opportunity. If you want, you can put alias here, max. Okay, I don't put alias for this. I only put alias for this. Number 1, square bracket. You got this result? So this is what we got. What is the query? So this is my query. This output I got. Right? The count and label I given here, max. So recently created opportunity date, October 30th. There was some opportunity created, the last opportunity created. And among all the opportunities, the minimum value of the opportunity is 15,000. If you need maximum value, go with the max amount. We'll follow this. Get a total number of opportunities with respect to account name. So what I need now, I need opportunities with respect to account name. For every account, I have some account ABC. So what total number of opportunities? Maybe 10 opportunities they have. I have a opportunity, a company, a TCS. We have a 20 opportunity with them. Okay, I have company SBI. So for them we have some 10 opportunities. So right, I need a result in this form: account name and the total opportunity. So this is a format I need my result. So what is the grouping by field here? What is the grouping by field here? The grouping by field is,
Group
what is
by
the
name.
grouping by field? Account name, right? So account by name is a grouping by field, but I'm going to execute my aggregate function against opportunity object, but my condition is on parent object. My condition is on parent object. Opportunity is a child, account is a parent. So what are you going to do? Select, okay, count of ID, opportunity, group by parent field. How will you refer?
Account.name.
Yeah, that's a relationship field. That's it. The relationship field and object field name is going to be same here. That's what I write by, for a easy reference, we mention like object name dot field name, but this
Sir,
nothing
and we
but
can mention that account that name in the select query also, no, so that we can display.
That's all. That's all. Yeah, yeah. You can do that, no? You can do like this. So you got. So for really, so remember, if you're the question in your interview, right? For example, get me the total number of contacts for each account. Get me the total number of opportunity for each account. The total number of cases for each account. I need total number of cases for each account. What you will do for total number of cases for each account? It is going to be a case. That's it. Total number of case, right? Case for each account. So which account has maximum case? Which company has maximum number of cases? So we're going to order, right? We are going to order this. I mean, in the order of descending order of number of account, I need to get my data. Okay, so let's go with this first. All right. In the order of the maximum, the company which has maximum cases, the order which has maximum cases to the company which has least number of cases. I need to display the result in the order of maximum number of cases to the least number of cases. So I can display like this. This is going to get the accounts that has maximum number of cases to the least number of cases in the order, descending order. You can get it. How to get the account that has maximum case? Only the maximum case, right? Just going to get a good I mean, put a function, um, get the first record in this. That's it. Limit one. I get the account which has maximum number of cases. So it is going to be a SOQL query. Is a SOQL syntax only. Only difference is when you store the result into another collection variable, your general SOQL query is going to be stored into list of S object type. Your aggregate is going to store into list of aggregate result, and the function count is going to store the result into just an integer value. People are good to this. Okay. Right. So let's see any more scenarios we can have. Yes. How to apply a condition on your aggregate query? How to apply a condition on your aggregate query? I have a condition. Okay, I have a condition. Sometimes if you go for a grouping by particular field, it will group even the field doesn't have any value at all. Even though the field doesn't have any value at all. For example, I go to the account. Okay. I insert one account without industry value. Okay, industry is apparel now. I just remove this value. It doesn't have any value at all. It's just none. Okay, no value. So now I just do my query, select, okay, count of, so industry wise I need to get my, so I get the result without industry value also. There are two accounts out there. So I need to get rid of this. I need to get rid of this from my result with condition is get me the record only if the industry has any value. Group the record based on industry only if the industry has any value, not for the null industry. We have a keyword called having. So where I can apply a condition on grouping by field. If you are going to apply the condition on grouping by field, then we are going to use having keyword. If you are going to apply the condition on your not equal to null, if you are going to apply the condition on your select query, then use where in your selecting field. But on your grouping record, I'm going to have a condition. So there is only 9 record here. Okay. So only null value. Only 1 record. So not equal to. So with the condition, right? So in the grouping by group by aggregate result, you always use the having keyword to apply the condition. So how to apply the condition? Use having class. Well, get it. So scenario is get only for only for get the opportunities for each stages only if they are not closed. I do not want the closed opportunities. I need only the opportunities which are not closed. So select stage name, count of ID from opportunity where sorry, group by stage name having stage name not equal to close to 1 or stage name not equal to close last. right? I don't include it. Okay. Yes. Now to go with and because either of the condition is met, then the result is returned. So I do not want the opportunities that are closed. I do not want opportunities that are closed. Then you're going with this type of query. There is a field called is closed. Okay, you will find this field in your workbench. If you use a workbench tool, you'll find this field which will have boolean for all the closed opportunities. Okay, true. It is going to have a false for all the open opportunities. So instead of going with this, I can also use that field. So how will you do this? Is closed equal to true, not equal to true, or right or false, whatever. Okay, yeah. The problem here is in the having condition, you should also you'll always use the group by field only, right? That's the rule actually we discussed. Okay, so what is the rule we discussed? Okay, I didn't put here. Okay, the rule is the select field must be the group by field, and the having by field must be the group by field. So this is a rule we need to understand when you write the aggregate code. So I'll put this in the beginning of group by cases. If you go to this, and all of you are notified. I'm going to start a lightning course by next Wednesday, and our integration course is going to be started by next week actually. Okay, by 14th, we're going to start our integration. The timing